Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What's up, ninjas? What is going on Thunder Pumper Tuesday? That sound that you just heard, that's exactly what's been going on here for the last 2 days. Started Monday afternoon, late afternoon, into all night last night and into this morning. I don't know how much you can tell by the driveway, but it's been raining. So as a lot of you ninjas know, I've had a pretty interesting start to my season. Matter of fact, it's actually been a really bad start. But this is not my first time. I've had multiple seasons where everything seems to fall apart at once and you just want to quit. You just want to scream and pull your hair, the little hair I have left. But you know, it's just been a rough season. So for some of you ninjas who've been following me for a while or watching some of the previous videos, you know what's been going on. For example, you know, I've had the issues with the brakes on Tiny, and then the transmission ordeal. Then I have the 52. That is going to be warranted and that'll be taken care of. I'm not really worried about it, but it's just one extra thing on top of another. And then I damaged the sgninjas mower. So this is what happens when you're really stressed. You know, season's kicking in, people are texting, calling, you know, schedules filling up, and then all these things are happening all at once. You're stressed and you're trying to stay on top of it so you don't really fall behind early into the season. But you know, it is what it is. Things like this happen. And so anyway, let me go show you what happened to the Ninjas mower. I really quickly want to just say thank you to a couple of new stickers that came in. Here's one by Green Life Lawn Maintenance. Awesome sticker. Here's another one by Lawntism, which is a really cool sticker. And then another one by Cordell Lawn Services. So ninjas, if you have stickers that you want to send me, DM me on Instagram or email me, which my email is down in the description. So I'm letting the ZK Bumblebee run for a little bit because, well, if I shut it off, I don't want it to die there and I can't get it back started. And then it'll just sit there in the backyard. So I do plan on bringing it back on the trailer because there's some yards I still really need it. It's my go-to mower. So one thing I have found out, the deck sizes, the 52 is my go-to. Like the 61 is perfect for like the big fields, big yards. The 36 is just for the backyards, for the small gates. I don't really care to use a 36 unless I absolutely have to. But even that 36, see, that's another one I didn't mention. That 36, both wheels locked up, as you ninjas saw in the last video. So my season has just been a very interesting, or I should say the start to my season has been very interesting. Let me rephrase that. I didn't actually damage the sgninjas mower, but I did damage the power chute design, the power chute blocker. And if you could tell right there, it's bent right there. And what happened is I was going around the fire pit and it was like right in the middle of the backyard, and then there's a wall right next to it, and I'm able to squeeze between the wall and the fire pit with the 61. But this thing was not all the way up open, it was about halfway, because you can control this. You can close it all the way down, you can do it halfway, or you can open it all the way up. And I forgot all about it, that it was all the way, that it was halfway, and man, I smacked that wall. So that's what happened. Now I can't even get it to go all the way up or down. See, I do have to take this off and I'll figure out what to do with it, if I have to get another one or maybe just leave it off for now for a little while. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna stay back a little bit. We don't want to get too close, so that way you ninjas can hear me. What I want to tell you ninjas is I have made the decision to say goodbye to the Bumblebee, to part ways. Not just because what it's doing now, I'm not worried about that. It's under warranty. That's not even what made my decision. What makes my decision is the fact that it's about 462 hours, so almost 500 hours, and I don't really like to keep mowers up into the 1,000-hour range or 1,500 hours. Now, I'm not saying you need to do this, ninjas, by all means. I'm not even honestly recommending it to most of you who might be in a whole different ball game, or you know, you run your business differently. What I'm telling you is just what I'm doing and what I have been doing for many years now.
I don't really like to keep them. Number one, reliability, right? Less issues, even though things can go wrong even with a brand new unit, that's known. But two, I don't like to keep them. When they get up in hours, ninjas, they lose their value dramatically. I mean, you get up into 1,000 or 1,500 hours, you're talking 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, maybe 1,500 bucks if you're lucky, and that's if it's in really good condition. Chances are the longer you're keeping it, the more it's going to get beat up, the more it's going to get scratched up, and the more likely things are going to go out. And at that point, you're out of warranty, and then it's on you to fix it before you even can get rid of it or sell it or whatever. So that's really the key things with me. Now, have I always been able to do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have had mowers for when I was with Hustlers for many years. I think the longest I've had those Hustlers were about 6-7 years. I've made the decision when I got to a certain point in my business where, you know, when it gets up there 500 hours, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I like to get rid of them, and that way I can still get a really good amount of money for them. Here's one really good thing about if you have a really good relationship with your dealer. They will tell you, like for example, mine will tell me and say, Nick, I can give you this much for this mower, but if you want to sell it by yourself, this is what your mower is really worth. I really appreciate my dealer for always being upfront and honest with me on that. And I have traded them in before, and I have sold them before. And what's cool is my dealer has even in the past given me what, like they would flip the mower real quickly. Like for example, he would tell me, hey, I got a buyer already, and this is what I can sell it to the buyer, and I'll give you the same amount. Like he's not trying to make any money off of it because he's already going to make a little bit of money off the new unit. So that's what happens when you have a really good relationship. So there has been times, not all the time, but there has been a few times where that was the case. The 52 ZKs with the 37 EFIs will run you roughly, just depends where you are, but I say about 10.3 to 10.5, and this mower is still worth about 7 grand. So anyway, I want to go ahead and get rid of it so that way I can still get the most value for it, get a brand new unit, which is going to give me the dependability that I need and that my customers require of me, and I'm gonna have a new unit, of course. But another reason I do that is instead of going out and buying a brand new mower for 10K, which you get to write that whole thing off, right, this way I can only invest the difference between the trade-off and the brand new unit. So let's say if this mower is $7,000, for example, and the new unit is $10,000, I'm only paying the difference of $3,000, and that $3,000 I get the write-off on my taxes. So I run my business this way. I don't do it every year. Don't misunderstand me, please. This is something I do every 2, 3, sometimes even 4 years. It just really depends where I am with my business and how things are going. But keep in mind, it's still under warranty. And that is another reason why I sell mowers or trade mowers, because not only you can still get the most value out of them at this point, you know, how old they are and the hours, but one great thing about trading them in with your dealer or selling them to a private person is it's more attracting when you can sell it and say, hey, this mower is still under warranty. I mean, that's attracting even to me if I was looking for a used mower. So you know what I mean? That's why I don't wait till they get out of warranty. I don't wait till they get up into 1,500, 2,000 hours. Of course, I will be taking off that front hitch right there. That's for an attachment, so that doesn't go with the mower, of course. And I will wash it up and clean it up the best that I can. I always do that when I get rid of them because it's just a nice thing to do. For one, the dealer may not have to do it later, or two, it's nice for the new owner. My phone is blowing up, ninjas. My dealer has been texting me. He's already telling me that he found somebody who wants the ZK Bumblebee. Great connections he has, man. He is so quick and able to flip these mowers. It's insane. But I want to talk about this 36. So I did point out to him what I've done, and it didn't fix the problem. I think it was just a temporary thing. I still got to tighten them a little bit. They're really loose. But I asked him, I said, hey, it's on video. When we took these off, there was no grease in there. And he said that apparently a couple of units or several units, he didn't tell me a number, got shipped out and sent out and they didn't get grease. So he told me when I bring the Bumblebee, if I end up going this route, and the reason I'll tell you in a second if I end up going that route, he said bring the 36 and we'll take care of it. We'll put all brand new bearings and whatnot. Now, why did I say if I end up going this route? Well, ninjas,
if you remember, I actually gave away a 36. Do you ninjas remember that? Do you ninjas remember that? Of course you do. You're loyal ninjas. You remember everything. I gave away a 36 little Bumblebee. His name, if a lot of you will remember, is Ninja Ron. Remember Ninja Ron? He has been messaging me and asking me
about this unit. Well, not this one.
The Bumblebee, the ZK. And he's really interested as well. So I gave him the same information that the dealer has given me, but I told him he has the opportunity to be first if he wants it, because we're friends and we have a relationship. So, you know, he's more than welcome to come down here and pick it up. He is from another state. So we'll see how this ends up going. If it ends up going to Ninja Ron, or if it ends up going to my dealer, regardless how it ends up going down, I do have to take it into the dealership so they can go ahead and fix that starter solenoid.
We have finally come to the conclusion, because we tested the batteries, me and Busy Bee, and that battery is just shot. There's some juice in it, but not enough to actually turn the motor over. So I do have to take that battery out and
just go buy a new one. So that's really been the case the whole time on the aerator. Also, to give you a little update, a couple of you have asked in some previous videos what's going on with the John Deere.
Nothing really. There's a small little couple more issues that I have with it.
We haven't had time to mess with it honestly anymore, because the season's kicking off, and that's one of the reasons why I was kind of rushing to get it started and get it going, but we didn't succeed. But we done a lot to it, like replacing the front tires and you know, fuel filter, carburetor, fuel pump. See, my phone is going off, so let's see if that's Ninja Ron or if that's the dealer. That was my dealer, so he's just giving me a little bit more information on this individual that he knows that wants it really bad. What's the other update I wanted to give you? Oh, the rock. So a lot of you have been asking me, Banick, don't give me that Banick. You know I'm gonna update you in any projects that I share with you ninjas. So here's the situation with the rock. I don't really freaking know what's going on with the rock. He promised me 1 week on a certain day. I called, nothing. We ended up going into the following week. He finally texted me back and said, I'm sorry, you know, we're having a truck issues and we're having issues delivering that white rock, so it'll be the following week. I said, that's fine, man, as long as you communicate with me. And then we got to that next week, which was last week. That's a lot of weeks, it's confusing, I know. And I still haven't heard from him. So I called him again, left him a voicemail, and now we're into the second or third or fourth week. I think it's third week. It's too many weeks in this, but I haven't heard from him. So I don't know. I'm planning on, I was gonna call him today, but I've just been piddling around in the garage and doing a couple other things and then making some decisions and whatnot. So I think I'll call him again tomorrow, but I don't know. I can't go anywhere else except Lowe's, and that's really the expensive route. So I'm trying to not go that route. That's just a lot of money when I can go over here and save money. But if he doesn't come through for me, I want to get that rock done the sooner the better, because I don't want to be going into April and May and not have that done. It makes business sense to me for my write-offs that I need to have a certain amount of write-offs, certain amount per year. That way, you know, I don't end up paying to the IRS any more than I need to, because I already do every year. And you ninjas know I've been already screwed up by my previous CPA on that. So luckily we were able to fix that and do a refund and all that crap. But so yeah, that is, look, and I'm not telling you have to run your business this way. I don't even think that that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm sharing with you what I do. Now, to some of you, maybe this makes sense. And to some of you, you know, you might call me crazy and it may not make sense at all, but that's just what I do. It's just worked out for me all these years. Because honestly, at this moment, the only mower that's actually dependable for me.
Even the 36 is not dependable at this moment. Even the aerator, well, that needs a new battery.
The blower is dependable. The EcoLawn spreader is dependable. No, but the only mowers right now that I can count on, basically, and I feel comfortable, is the sgninjas mower and then the Spartan XD. Oh, one last thing. I didn't get a chance to make another video on the stand-on Spartan. Mike from Spartan ended up having to pick it up. I wasn't home when he picked it up because he was in town and I had to go mow yards, so I left it for him in the driveway and then he came and picked it up. I really wanted to make another video about it with the mower and just kind of give you my finalized opinion and thought on it, but we're gonna do it in another video. Even though I don't have the mower with me anymore, we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna do it in another video, and I will give you my personal opinion on that particular mower and just in general how it feels with that seat, how it mows, and all that good stuff. Hey, one last thing I want to go ahead and share with you, ninjas. So when you have a year that starts out the way mine has this season, and I've had several other seasons start very similar, you really want to just give up. You want to quit. You want to just, you start questioning, is this really what I even want to do? And I just want you to know, I mean, I still get stressed out. Obviously, I damaged the freaking power chute, but I don't get stressed out nowhere near what I used to when I was younger and when I first started my business. And I've learned over the years as I've gotten older that, you know, you can't change what happens, but, you know, it's how you go about it when stuff does happen to you. So what I want to share with you is just don't give up. Don't quit. It's not the end of the world. If today is a really bad day, tomorrow might be better. And really, it's all about your attitude and how you make it. If you have a crappy attitude, then most likely things are only going to get worse. So just don't give up, and remember, this is what's really helped me. Remember the reason you're doing this, and remember the goal, the dream, and focus on that. And all this stuff will work itself out. Okay? I just wanted to share that with you before we get out of here. So just remember those things and it'll all get better. And you know, a month from now, I'm not even going to talk about this, what happened. So anyway, hope you ninjas have a good day. Take care.
Saving green.
Peace.
Saving